Welcome back, Careblazer. In today's video, I'm sharing another quick tip on how to get through this whole coronavirus pandemic while you're caring for a loved one with dementia. And in this video in particular, I want to share actually 4 tips if you are in the situation where your loved one is actually in a nursing home, group home, assisted living facility, and they're on lockdown and you're not able to communicate or see your loved one as much as you're used to. This video, I especially want to give a special shout out to Tim, who hasn't been able to see his wife for a while, and he reached out to me this morning, and it was just perfect timing because I had been thinking about this topic, and he specifically shared some of his struggles. And so here are 4 things to keep in mind and to try out whenever you're finding yourself feeling upset or nervous or worried or concerned about your loved one that you're not able to see. For starters, I want you to remember that the reason your loved one's facility is on lockdown is to keep them safe. It truly is in the best interest of your loved one that they're not allowing you and other people to come into the facility. So you're going to miss them, of course. You're going to wish you could see them, of course. But just reminding yourself that this is for their better interest. This is for their health can be helpful. Repeat that to yourself as much as possible. Because you can't visit them face to face, something to do is ramp up your communication in other ways. So phone calls, text messages, emails, writing them cards, whatever level of ability your loved one is in. Some of them may not be able to talk on the phone because they're not able to hear or operate a phone, or maybe they can't access texting. This is where you could call the actual facility and have them assist you if possible. You can have them either report on how your loved one's doing, like give you an update on how your loved one's doing, or you can just ask them, hey, the next time you swing by my loved one's room, will you get the FaceTime started or something like that to just incorporate them. I know a lot of staff members right now all across the country are doing amazing things to try to make sure loved ones are being able to talk with their loved one in the facility. And also in terms of like writing a card or writing a letter, even if your loved one may not fully be able to understand or appreciate it, it can sometimes feel better for you. So first tip is to remind yourself they're doing this for your loved one's own health, it's for your loved one's best interests. Number 2 is to communicate with them in whatever way that you can without being face to face. Tip 3 is to ask for the staff of the facility to get involved and help you in that communicating if possible. And tip 4, because at some point all of this will be done, life will go back to normal, right? That is going to happen in our future. When that time happens, you're going to go back to being able to visit your loved one. And during those moments, chances are high, as many of you share with me, that you're going to be frustrated or irritated or upset that your loved one's accusing you of never visiting, or your loved one's again accusing all the staff of stealing all their belongings when that's not happening, right? And you're going to find that tinge of frustration or irritation creep up. And I want you to think back to this moment when you weren't able to really communicate or see your loved one as much as you want. And it's so fascinating how our brains, we can go from one extreme of being kind of exhausted and feeling so frustrated or overwhelmed when we visit our loved ones to really missing them and wishing we were there. So remember this moment, remember how you're feeling that you can't communicate with your loved one as frequently, and remember that when you do start visiting them face to face and that little inkling of frustration or irritation creeps in, you can remember this. Another bonus tip, so we'll make this 5 tips because it just came into my mind, is to jot down some of the things you miss the most about your loved one. Jot down some of the things that are happening in your life, fun things, or things you want to share with your loved one when you're able to spend more time with them. That way you can look back and remember, I really did miss them, or I really miss being able to share with them what I did during my day, or I really want to make sure I let them know about this thing that I saw or this thing that I did while I wasn't able to talk with them. So you can kind of maintain a sense of connection with your loved one even if you aren't physically able to talk with them and see them. Careblazer, I hope that this has helped you. If you have a loved one that is in a facility that you're not able to visit, my heart goes out to you. Hang in there, stay strong. Tomorrow I'm going to focus on all of you Careblazers who are caring for loved ones at home without all of the usual community supports that maybe you relied on for some extra help, like neighbors, friends and family coming by, or adult day healthcare, senior centers, or just you having the break of being able to get out of the house and go places, and how all of that has kind of impacted your caregiving situation. All right, Careblazer, hang in there. I hope these tips are helpful for you. If they are and you think that they'll be helpful for somebody else going through a rough time with this coronavirus, then feel free to share it with them as well. I'll be back tomorrow. All right, bye.